What is good, everybody? Hello. Give me one moment. I'm trying to get my camera fixed here. If I can. Oh. But I am here. Give me one moment. I don't know what happened with my camera. Do that. But as always, hope everybody's doing well today. We are back. We are live with another live stream here. Actually, let me I don't know why. I love, at least for the stream, at least I love going dark mode. Okay, I'm having issues with my. I'm actually having. Okay, there we go. There's that. At least I hope that will fix. There we are. I think we're good. I think we are good. I think we are good. Only thing is that I can't seem to, because I have a bet at your own risk YouTube channel, and I also have a bet at your own risk social media group page, and I'm trying to get it to connect to go live at the same time. Just can't figure that out just yet, but still working at it. Actually, no, I don't know if I can. Let me see if I can. Because see, as you see here over on Restream, it's saying it's sending data. It's not actually live streaming itself. So I am just going to turn it off. Okay, but let's dive into today's stream. Like I said, I hope everybody's doing well. Hope you all had a good Saturday. The weekend's been fairly okay. I was supposed to stream yesterday, but I just was not feeling well. Like something was wrong. I just couldn't put it together, and I just needed to rest my body. So that's that. But per what I posted on Twitter, and I actually signed up for Picket. It's like a betting site where you keep track of your bets for get basically an entire year, whether it's basketball, football, baseball, hockey, whatever. I signed up for that and kept track of my bets, and yeah, I did fairly well yesterday. I think I went 7-8 in total per my picks. But the two lock pick, like I put the video up for the channel here on YouTube, I went 1-1. Taking the Hawks to go under their team total points. That did not cash. They scored 125 points. They were supposed to go under 115. That did not cash. But the Utah Jazz, I'm kind of upset I didn't take their money line. And I didn't fade the Orlando Magic's team total points because they couldn't even score 100 points. They just shy 1 point of 100. They hit 99. They got shut down. So that did not cash either. Excuse me, that needless to say, that worked, that cash. So now the focal point is to do as fast as a quick recap for, again, if you're not on my Twitter page, you did not see my wins here, but I also did a college basketball pick. I took a couple of them. I took Baylor to win, that one cash, and I took my Kentucky Wildcats. That's my favorite team in college basketball. I took the total points over on that game, and that did indeed cash. So I'm glad about that. Pickett actually sent me a notification that it was like, "Hey, congratulations, your pick hit." But I'm upset that I didn't take, because Coach Calipari was his return back, playing against us back to Kentucky, and him and his squad won. So Arkansas won. But keep it on the lookout for a young kid, 5-star player. He decided to commit to Arkansas for next season. Malik Thomas. He's from my home state. He's gonna be heading there for, hopefully maybe 2 years. We'll see. He might just be a one and done, because per how Coach Calipari does it, he recruits kids and they start 5-star player kids like this young man. He might only be there just for his freshman year, and then maybe his mindset is to go to NBA or G League, whichever. But with that, let's dive into our picks that did indeed hit and the ones that did not. Like I said, the 2-lock picks, 1-on-1. I took Isaiah Collier over his assist 6.5. He finished with 6. I was bummed out about that. Again, congratulations to the Jazz. That cash if you took their money line or team total points or whatever. I had overheard something from another bettor. One of his commenters mentioned that the Portland Trailblazers the Phoenix Suns were 0-9 when I think it was on the road. They were going against a dog and something else, but they were 0-9, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna take Portland to cover the spread, and they did. It was 4. I think it dipped down to 3.5 at some point, but I got it at 4 over on Caesar, so that cashed. Portland pretty much blew out Phoenix. And another pick, Okongwu to score 15 points, Keontae George to score 15 points, and Christian Braun to score 15 points. This is all 3 15-point, all 3 of them to hit 15. Only Braun hit, he had 24. Okongwu and George had 12, so that one didn't cash. I was upset about that one. And then, because I posted pretty much everything over on Twitter, everything else, I had a college pick that hit as well. Quick side note for college, I took Ohio to win an alternate spread of plus 11.5 for the game against Miami of Ohio. The under alternate total 170.5. That cash, and then the connected part of this parlay, Rutgers to win plus 15.5 alternate, and then an alternate total points of 164.5. So that in total cash, it was plus 193. So that cashed. I had a live. I also took the Jazz to win by plus 11. It was a live pick. I grabbed it at just before the end of the first quarter. They were up by, I think, 12, but then they won by 10. It was plus 260. Now, if I had, say, a full unit, say pretty much $100, I would have put that 100 down. I would have got back 360 in total, but I don't have that kind of funds right now. But that's still indeed cash. And then I had John Collins live pick from to go over 16.5 points. If I remember correctly, he finished with 19. I was hopeful he was going to get the 20, but at the same time, something told me to not put him down for 20 points. So that worked out. This one, I'm a little upset by. It was a 4-leg parlay, 4 players to score 10 points. Keegan Murray, Aaron Gordon, D'Lo, and Kyle Kuzma. Aaron Gordon upset me. I literally thought he was going to at least he had 6 points at the end of the first half. 6. He needed 2 more buckets or 4 more free throws or 1 3 and one extra bucket or 1 3 and one more and one free throw, it would have cashed. It was that was at plus value. It was plus 173. What can you do? I mean, all I can do is try again, maybe, possibly, hopefully, but it's neither here nor there. I forgot to log into my bet MGM. Let me do that because there was, I think, another pick that I took. For sure, the Jazz pick was over on BetMGM. That cashed. But this one did not cash. Actually, it was two of them. Malik Monk, I took his under against my Oklahoma City Thunder on the road. PRA for him to go under that. When I look back, I think it was the fourth quarter or beginning of the fourth quarter, he had 30. So he pretty much went over that mark. But I also had another forward leg, 4 players to hit 2 threes: Josh Green, Keon Ellis, Keon Johnson, and Keyshawn George. It was a plus 1031, plus 1,031. Yeah, 2 for 2 for that one. I don't know if Josh Green or Keon Ellis hit one. I'm not sure. Maybe Josh did, I think, maybe, if I remember. But either way, it didn't cash. So I'm kind of upset. I should have just put Keon there, but I wanted to try to get back something like a couple of bucks, but that did not happen. But it's okay. But all in all, that's that. Like I said, per what Pickett said, I went 7-8 last night. So we will see what today brings. We have 5 games. 5 today, but then I think tomorrow there's like several. There's 10 games tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow already. But there's 2 early games that I took per the lockpick video that I'll go over today, and then we'll dive into the 3 other games. As always, I try to pick mostly every game that's on the slate and pick, one specific pick, and then I may also do a parlay per the live stream, but then I'll just do 1 or 2 parlays off stream and post mostly everything on my Twitter account. So let's dive into the first 2 lock picks for today. I've been loving fading and relying on teams to score their team total points. And today is one of those days where I will do it again for like the 5th straight day or something like that, But I decided to go with the home team here, Detroit Pistons, team total points. 1-8 to go under 118.5. I didn't mention because I took the team total points under for the Hawks game against the Pacers. I didn't mention. I know I mentioned it in the video, but I'm either 0-2 or 0-3 when it's pertaining to taking the Pacers to stop a team from scoring. Pacers are not actually, they're not really good at stopping teams from scoring against them. They're at least just good at, winning, or sometimes winning big, like, winning by 11 plus points type of stuff. Always look for those margin picks, guys. I'll be looking to dive into some margin picks more than likely tomorrow. I may look into a margin pick for tomorrow, something a little different for the channel. But this is the one that I decided to go with the first lock. It's at plus value plus 100 over on Bet MGM for them to go under 119 points. They've hit this mark 60% of the time. Last 5 games they hit it 80% of the time. They've only gone over this once. The one thing to note, actually, it did go up to 120. It went up to 120. Last night it was 120, if I remember correctly, per the video this morning when I did this recording. 9:56 p.m. if I remember correctly, that it was sitting at 120.5, and I'm kind of upset that I missed that value. because that could sometimes technically be a much easier win for you when it's a little bit higher than the current number. But this is plus 100, and I always state that I love taking plus 100 picks. When I see that just plus 100, I'm like, ooh, like that's a 99% sure that I'm gonna, roughly a 95% sure that I'm gonna look to take that pick. It just depends on what I'm looking at before I decide to take the pick per the outliers stuff. But in a head-to-head matchup too, the other reason why I took this pick is because every time the last 5 games that Detroit has played, whether at home or away, against the Chicago Bulls, they have shut them down. The Bulls are only allowing roughly 110 points against them, and they've only literally gotten roughly close to the 119 once, and that was basically almost 2 seasons. Well, actually, it is 2 seasons ago, back at the beginning of the 2023-2024 season. So, yeah, it will be 2 seasons after, this coming October, but it's almost 2 seasons, right? So that's the reason why. But the key factor is that Chicago is allowing, if you look over here on the far right, Chicago's allowing 120 points per their defense. So that's the reason why I took it, because it is still a risky pick. When it's a plus 100, it's usually a higher risky pick of it possibly not hitting. But when it hits, it's great. So, we're always saying like, you want to look to get plus value on a lot of these picks because it's just better. Like last night, Charlotte Hornets, I knew I should have taken them for them to win the fourth quarter. It was plus value before the game. It was plus 132, and I was like, I don't know. But when they announced that Russ was not gonna play and somebody else wasn't gonna play, I was like, well, maybe I could still pick it, but I didn't. I kind of watched the game a little bit before the first half ended, and then it dipped down to plus 120, and I still didn't take it. And I ended up getting a little busy before I went to sleep last night. When I woke up, when I saw, even when the game ended, actually, I saw that Charlotte did indeed win the fourth quarter. I think they shut down Denver. Denver only scored 17 points, and I think Charlotte scored 23. So if you had taken Charlotte to win the fourth quarter, it would have been great value for you. Even if you put $100 on it, maybe 200, you would have been up. Because Charlotte currently, over the last 6 games alone, they're literally 5-1 right now, and 1. Just because 2 games ago they tied both them and I can't remember the other team they were playing against at the time because they were at home. Both of them scored 20 points in total, so it was a match. So it was basically a tie ending to the fourth quarter. But they lost that game if I remember correctly. But that's that one. So maybe next game, I'll look to do the smart way and take Charlotte. Just say screw it. But James Harden gonna be looking to take this other lock for him to go over his points and assists at 32.5, minus 106 here, specifically currently on FanDuel. I got it actually went down, so now I'm upset. I got it at minus 113 on FanDuel earlier this morning. So, but he only hit this mark one time. He went over it one. He came close to it this season back in November, on November 9th, 31. He was 2 points shy away. Per the shooting guard position, though, the Toronto Raptors team that they're going against on the road, they are allowing 28 points and 6 assists. That's literally 33 in total. So this is right around the mark. It did, per the number, it did go up to 33.5 if I remember correctly, but that's the highest it has gone. So I missed out on that value, but it would probably more than likely been like maybe minus 125 or something like that had it been sitting on 33.5 at the time. So I just hope that Harden goes out there and does his job today. Maybe he'll get 15 points, or should I say, maybe he'll get hopefully 18 points and 15 assists type of thing. That would be the 33 that I need, but we'll see. Maybe he'll get 20 points and 13 assists. That's however he does it. Let's just hope that he goes out there and makes the magic happen per this game. Also, too, game time decision stuff. A lot of the players here are out, especially Norman Powell. That's the other reason why I took it too, because Norman's out. That's like the main reason why I took this. Like, you would more than likely want to hammer Harden's points, his PRAs, his props, Zubox rebounds, maybe a double, something like that. Toronto is healthy. That's the other key thing. Toronto's healthy. So we're going to see if, Harden's going to go, maybe for 40 tonight. We'll see what happens with that. But that is the 2 picks for today's couple of locks. Now, the big talk is the Dallas Mavericks and, of course, the LA Lakers, due to the recent trade that just occurred last night, because I got a text from one of my brothers in a group chat between me and our other brothers, and he was shocked just as I am, and many of the world. None of us saw this coming. I mentioned this in the video from today, that none of us were thinking, hey, maybe AD could be possibly traded this season, maybe Luka could be possibly traded. None of us were really thinking that, for the most part. None of the people that I talked to, even the Laker fans that I know, at work, outside of work, none of them were thinking, hey, maybe AD needs to get traded. That wasn't a thought in any of our minds for those of us who watch this game, watch the NBA, including, which, mind you, is Luka Doncic. None of us thought that, hey, maybe Luka it's time for him to go. He's 25. He's a little injury prone, right? AD's a lot of injury prone. They're both technically currently injured right now, and they both got traded. Didn't see that coming. So now, whenever AD comes back, which I guess within the next few days, compared to Luka, who's probably still out for another month, how is this going to flow? A lot of people feel like Dallas won the trade. LA sent 3 players, I think, maybe plus a draft pick. I think. Let me double check. Okay, so I forgot. Lakers also gave up Maxi Keebler and Kleber and Markieff Morris. Lakers sent Davis and Christie and a 2029 first round draft pick. So Utah was in the thing too. I don't know what they did, but yeah, I don't know. Yes, LeBron is pretty much a year or 2 out from retiring. Sure, LA needed something to keep them, afloat. Maybe if Luka can keep him afloat. But I don't know. Dallas, they're gonna seemingly be okay. But yeah, I'm telling you, none of us saw this coming. So now, Dallas is on the road against the Cavaliers, who have been, mind you, Cavaliers have been struggling to figure some stuff out. Struggling right now. Losing a little bit more games than normal. Let's see here. So, of course, Anthony's out. He's not coming back for they that's the thing. Even 4 days ago, they said that he was going to be out for a week. So, yeah, he should be coming back in the next 3 or 4 games. So that's why I was saying next few days he should be back to getting ready to get back on the court. But now he's going to be in Dallas instead of LA. So Gafford is game time decision. I was really going to pick something for Gafford, but now I don't, because here on the channel I always say, like, I personally just no, I don't pick injured players. Like, even if they are probable, I still don't pick them, because there's a chance that they hang a fingernail or something, then they're right back out after 2 minutes in the game. Stuff like that continues to happen in the league. Naz Reid got injured a couple of minutes into the beginning of the second half last night. I just found out a couple hours ago. So I personally just will continue to encourage you not to put players the um, on your ticket. Just don't do it. Just go for the healthier players and hope for the best. And definitely hope that players do not get injured during these games. That is just something that you want to look to do. As always, I'm always hoping that every player is healthy. Every star player, every all-star, whatever. Nobody's injured. Everybody. But at the same time, with that, because injuries happen, it does benefit the players on the bench for those who are looking to get more time and go out there and really show their worth, that they belong at that organization. But it just sucks because you still want to see the star players play all 82 games. Which I'm still kind of wondering if they're going to do what the reports were talking about, where Adam Silver went on record saying that he wants to drop the game time minutes, the quarter minutes, from 12 to 10, and if they decide to drop the amount of games that are being played, would they drop them down from 82 to say 72, 70, maybe under 70 type of thing? I'm curious. I'm wondering. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry, I had to post in the group that we're live. Because, like I said, I've been trying to go live on the group page as well. It's just not working. Let's see. So, Karis LeVert has been more out during these games than in his game time decision. I'm kind of feeling like he may not play. Yeah, Koro and Wade are just not. They're probably not going to be coming back till maybe after the All-Star break, to be honest. So, what do I want to do with this specific game? I want to pick something. Originally, I was like, well, maybe I could do a team total type of thing, because I love to pick. Really loving taking team total. But let's look at the insights. Let's see what we can do. The one thing that I haven't done, like literally mostly all season, I have not touched Donovan Mitchell at all when it's pertaining to his props. I have just stayed far away from him because he has been mostly he's been more beneficial on the assist side more than points and rebounds. So, and maybe a little bit of from the arc 3-point line. So I just personally just haven't trusted him. And Allen as well. Jared Allen has really just made me upset, because in the beginning of the season, at least the first month or so, month and a half, he was balling. He was practically averaging a double-double. He was practically averaging 15 points, sometimes getting up to 20. He was doing this thing, and now, he's barely averaging 10, barely grabbing any rebounds, barely playing any. It's just Mobley has been sort of kind of dipping down a little bit, but then, sometimes he would go back up and even pass on too. So it's just I don't know. And Garland has mostly been up, mostly. He's dipped down a little bit here. So because I don't trust really anybody, I'm going to look at Garland. Because I just mentioned him. I'm going to look at him. Look at this. Look at what he's been doing the last, well, hold on. Because Insights is just showing you something specific, not the actual things per outlier. This is what it says for this here. It says Garland has exceeded 32.5 points, rebounds, and assists in the last 5 games. He's averaging 37.4 rebounds, assists, and points. It says the last 5 games, but let's really look at this when we hit 5. Okay, all right, now it's true, because sometimes when you hit here, it doesn't equate to here. So he's been going over this mark. He's been balling out last 5 games. Head-to-head matchup against Dallas. They've shut him down, whether away and at home. But this one was last season. This one was this season, but it was on the road. Per the position, Dallas is allowing 23.8, so 24, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists per the position. So let's say Garland were to go out there and get to 24. He grabs let's say he grabs 3 rebounds, so that's 27. But then he gets 8. So that's like that will be over. So trying to think, let me see. What are they doing? What is Dallas doing on defense when it's pertaining to? Same thing, 8 assists. What are they doing per the? So they're allowing. Okay, the thing just literally just showed me. What about threes? They're allowing 3. This is 2.5. Is minus 135. Bet 365. It actually went. It opened. Actually, this one opened at 12:14 a.m. at 3.5. This actually is fairly decent. Now he's only averaging 2 threes made against Dallas. He only hit 1 last season. They're allowing 3. Well, not blocks, because they're not even allowing any steals for either. So maybe I might just go with the just looking at this again. Let me see. 113 for the PA. 115 for the PR, and then what is rebounds and assists? 135. So I think it's the same actually. Okay, never mind. So 108. This is the best value over on FanDuel. They are at home. Let's see. Let's look at this for the team. Okay. Points in the paint. What he could do, second chance, true shooting, yeah. All right. I think I'm gonna do this one. I think I'm gonna do the PRA. I'm just gonna take it. It's minus 108. Even if it was like minus 106, I would have taken it. If it was higher, I probably would have shaved off. But it's because it's under the 110, closer to the 110. I think I'm gonna. For those of you watching, thanks for watching. If you feel comfortable, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Going to be looking to push for more live streams almost every day if I can. Like I said, I apologize for yesterday just because I just was not feeling well. I got some rest, so I'm feeling a little better. So I'm going on FanDuel right now. As always, all of these picks will be posted on my Twitter account once the live stream is over. So you can follow me over on Vortex46. It's the word Vortex and then the number 46, not the word, the number 46. All right, so let's see. So we're gonna do. Okay, actually it dipped down to minus 104, 32.5. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna grab this. Whoops, I don't have that money in my account, so let's not do that. But I grabbed it. 32.5. Let's see what he does today. I think this is the first time I've taken Darius Garland for a pick here on the channel. I think I picked him once or twice other times off of a video or stream, so this is my first time. I just kind of feel like that this is the best spot. But let's just double look at Donovan real quick and Mobley. I could have went with Mobley. I probably still will look at something for Mobley. So this is literally what he's done per his points. 60%. He's been the last 5 games though. He's been 60%. 3 out of the last 5. Per the shooting guard position, they are allowing 26 points, just a little over. But in the head-to-head matchup, he's only hit this once, but that was last season. This year they shut him down to 15 points on the road, but again, it's on the road. What about his assist? Minus 110. This is actually a good value right here, and it's 4.5. If it was like 5 or 6, I probably would have stayed up. This is something that I would consider possibly taking Last 5 games alone, he's been hitting this off the, literally 100% last 5 games, but 70% the last 10. They are allowing 6 assists per the shooting guard position. Actually, I might actually take this one. It's minus 110. Where's it at? BetMGM. I'm going to take this. This is just going to be an extra pick. I usually, when I do these live streams, I usually just take one pick per the game, and then I kind of just move on. But I'm going to just do this one extra one for today. It's probably not going to be the last one that I do. The question is, do I want to take the Cavs on a margin, or do I want to go against the grain on a side pick? And it just depends on where the spread is at. Let's see where it's at. So that's the thing. It's 13.5. So let's see. I'm just gonna go on ahead and take Donovan. I'm gonna take his over on his assist. Let's look at this spread real quick because it's 13.5. That's the thing. It's the Dallas Mavericks who are, for the most part, when we really look at they lost their last game. They're 4-6 the last 10 games. The last 5 alone, they're 3-2. Last game they lost against the Pistons on the road. At home, 1-1. Let's see. Last 5 games at home, 1-1, 1-2, 2-2. 4. So they're 2-3 the last 5 games at home. They lost big against Denver the first game. They lost by 8 against my Thunder the second game. Lost by 1 point against the Timberwolves the third game. Lost big against the Celtics the fourth game, and then won big against the Wizards at home. So the question becomes, because against more so the elite teams, the top teams, they're like 1-1 against the teams that they're going against that are probably more than likely on paper either a little bit better than them, a whole lot better than them, but for the most part, they did not lose. They only lost twice. Once against Denver, once against Boston. 2 teams that blew them out by, Denver won by 15 plus points, and then Boston won by 15 points. So the question becomes, would they go on the road here with how they've been playing recently? Would they go on the road here and not lose by 14 points? That's the question. Now it says here 12.5, but it jumped up on BetMGM 13.5. So I'm just like curious about that number. I'm gonna stay off. It's just something that I'm just kind of speaking out loud here. So that's that. All right, Boston, Philly. Boston's on the road. More than likely Embiid is out. Drummond's game time decision. George is out. Spread is 11.5. But again, Boston's on the road though. The one thing to note that I found out more recently over the last week or so is that Boston, they have been on a trend of, okay, if they, I think it's when they're on at home, they blow a team out. The next game that they are, basically stating that they're the better team, the spread is a big number, say plus 10, maybe 11 or 12, you would then fade Boston. you wouldn't take them on a spread or the money line. You would just literally just go with the other team, and which has occurred that Boston has indeed definitely stayed true to this trend for the last couple of weeks at least, or 3-4. There's something for the season. They just have not been able to figure something out for the last month and a half now. They've been like losing games more than winning. So the question is, would I want to take Philly on the spread here on the road? The money line is plus 400. On paper, they're supposed to come in here and blow the socks off of Philly. They're healthy. Boston is healthy. Philly is not. They're supposed to come into Philly today and win by maybe 30 points, you know, at least 20 plus, right? Let's see. Let's look at Philly team total. See, look at this. Plus 100. 106 and a half. See, look at this. Boston is allowing 104 points per their defense currently. Philly has gone over this mark 80% of the time. They've been knocking us out the park 100% of the time the last 5 games. This is actually a better number. Actually, no. When it was down, see, that's the thing. If it was 105 and a half, maybe even because it started at a 104 and a half last night at 11:38 p.m., I would have hammered this easily. But because it dipped up 3 points, I'm curious. Should I take this? Because again, Boston is allowing 100, just 1 point more. That's the question. Because again, on paper, per their defense. Now, that's the thing. Okay, so Boston has them in 2 points percentage, 3 points percentage, field goal percentage, free throws, but they're matched at rebounds. But really, who does Philly have currently that can grab rebounds? Because Drummond may not be playing today. But Philly has them on pace, points in the paint, and second chance points and fast breaks. But again, who does Philly have on this team outside of Maxey and Oubre? Who do they have that could literally go out there? Because again, they've been playing against teams that a lot. Look at this. Last 5 games, all these teams are allowing all of these points. Boston is the only one that at least plays some better, just a little bit better defense. So let me see. Again, the question is, do I want to take this or do I want to go with I've faded, well, what should I say? I've stayed away from Derek White. Last time I took him, he failed me, and I didn't take him again since. This was like a couple of weeks ago, and this was literally around the time that he started to spiral down and not really be himself, and then he got injured, then he was out, then he came back and he was still the same, so I stayed away from him. Pritchard, the same thing. He came through for me earlier in the year, but he hasn't been looking too good on the court either. So they've been Tatum and Brown who have really been carrying the team. Porzingis, even, I missed out on just taking his points maybe two or 3 games ago when it was at plus value. It was a little over 100. I think it was 102 or 103, and I didn't take it. And that was that game that he scored. I think it was 30 plus points, 35 something. It was something. And I was just like, man, I'm upset that I didn't take it. So I don't see Porzingis here. Let me see. Because I might take Oubre. Because that's the thing. When I do picks, I pick things that are probably, possibly having a little bit of a higher chance of not hitting. Because that's how I like to gamble my picks. I still do some safer bets, but I still look to go against the grain. Let's look at your points here, dude. Still it's still the same, 19 and a half. It's really, my knowledge, this hasn't changed. This number hasn't moved at all. This 19 and a half over the last 3 games alone. Like since here actually. This was it. He had 34 here, but he had 16 the game before. Per the trend, the last 5 games, so let's see, 10 games. So pretty much anytime he's gone over, he's gone under. And currently the trend is showing that this game here against LA on the 23rd, he went over, and then 2 games after that he went under, and then the game after the last 2 games he went over, but then he went under here, which was against the Pelicans on the last day of January. So he may possibly go under, but let's see what Philly's doing per the position though. 25 points, 24.8. It's plus 110. I do like taking these though. That's the thing. He's averaging 20 points against Philly. Last time he played against Philly, he had 29. You know what? I just need him to score 20 points. That's literally all I need Porzingis to do, and that's what I'm gonna do. I was really leaning towards the team total points for Philly. But who knows? Because, maybe Philly doesn't score, over 100 tonight. Maybe Boston actually does their job. Maybe. So I'm gonna put my trust in Porzingis here for this one. What was it? Was it on FanDuel? FanDuel. Another FanDuel. Oops. Did I log back in? No? Okay. Let's see. Okay. I mean, I'll take it. It dipped down to 18 and a half, but let me double check. Let me look at BetMGM here. See, it's 19 and a half here, but it's minus 115. So is it both? So they're both. So I'm gonna just stick with the FanDuel pick. It just dipped down 1 point. It's 18 and a half. Both of them were 115. So if BetMGM was at a plus 100, then I would have taken it there. But since they're both the same and the number dipped down here specifically on this book, I'll take this one here. $18 and a half, FanDuel, minus 115. Like I said, if it was plus 100 over on BetMGM, I would have taken it. But like I said, the value went down. So that kind of makes me kind of feel like he probably, because the value went down, he probably more than likely will go out and get this 20. He may finish with close to 25 if there's not a blowout. So we'll see. Okay. So that's that game. Now, my Memphis Grizzlies on the road against Milwaukee. Is Giannis going to go for a triple-double against my Grizzlies tonight? What are we doing points-wise? So we're going over most of the time, 70%. I don't see us scoring 123 against the Milwaukee Bucks. See, they're allowing 112 points. Now, we've gone under this mark back-to-back games. 60% of the time. Last 5 games, 60%. But again, they're allowing 112, so it's 11 points off. Question becomes, could we even possibly score? Look at this. We got close back in October, the end of October this season. See, it even, that's the thing. The number dipped down to 1. The number was down 119 and a half back yesterday, 934 last night. But it went up. So this is trying to tell me something. Do I want to fade my squad? It's minus 115 though. Head-to-head matchup, we're averaging 115. Is Ja playing? Game time. Most people are out. Hold on, is no, Adama's playing. Oh, sorry. Look at this. Caesar just sent out a thing saying Luca show instead of Lake show. It's called Luca show now. Title odds shift with Luca in LA. Shoot, did I miss it? It disappeared. It said something on lines of like plus 400 or something like that. I think it was saying it went from plus 400 to plus 500 for the Lakers to win the title. I don't know. So if I fade us, again, Milwaukee's allowing 112 points. Do I want to fade my Grizzlies? Let me look at look at Jaren. Jaren is not a, that's the thing. Jaren is, with his size, he should be grabbing close to 10 rebounds a night. That's always been my issue with him on our squad. Look at this. I don't know how you're like, I think he's almost 7 foot, and I don't know how he's not grabbing like 8 or 9 boards a game, son. It's always been like that his whole career. 6.5. That's what I'm saying. It's plus 110 for a 7. I want to do that. Should I fade? It's minus 110. Head-to-head matchup. He went under once at home. This was at home. This was this season. The last time it was on the road. But that was last season. He had 35. Oh wait. Giannis is game. All these cats are game time. Shoot. What do I want to do? Let me see anything else, because I'm for this one I'm more so leaning towards the team total points. What about Desmond? Oh, no, I don't think this season at all. I don't think I've picked Aldama at all this year. Now last year I picked him a couple times and he didn't do it what I needed him to do. Let me see about rebounds. He's sucking on points, sucking on rebounds. Because this young man is very talented. He shows spurts where he can go out there and just do his thing. But then he has these nights, and I'm like, maybe I should just fade him on rebounds because he's only averaging 5. It's plus value. Let's see. They're allowing 9 rebounds though. That's the only thing. Now at home, the last time he had 9, he was 1 shy. He's averaging 6 against. See, we're better at rebounding too, because he's coming off the bench. That's why I'm kind of feeling like I want to take this 115 rebound here. Because also too, I don't think see, Portis is out, all that stuff. So I would kind of think that this would be the best bet. So you know what? I'm gonna, instead of me doing the team total points, I'm gonna go Aldama for rebounds, because you know Lopez is, yeah. Let's do that. Where is this at? BetMGM -115. Oops, wrong one. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna take Aldama here for his rebounds. It's been a while. For him to go over. I'm gonna do that. We'll do that. Okay, locked in. I just said screw it. I'll just do that. We'll do that one, and then okay. So that's pretty much all the games. All right, there's one more pick that I want to do. Just like I did yesterday. It did not hit. It was 2 players to score 10 points, 2 players to get no, you know what, I'm sorry. That wasn't it. That was the day before. So the pick that I did, it was a couple picks that I had. Like I didn't mention. So there's 5 games. So maybe just say screw it and do 5 players to score 10 points. Let's look at this. This one will be over on FanDuel. Points. This will be a parlay. This will be our only parlay for the day, or at least on the stream. I might do one more off stream. Parlay 5 players to score 10 points. So when I do these type of parlays, say player to score 10 points or player to score 15, but it's a parlay, like 10 points each, 15 points each type of thing. I always go with either the lowest plus 100 or like close to, if not the best, highest minus 100. Either way, to get some type of value, like say, you know, sometimes plus 1,000 or plus even if it's a low one too for this. So it'll be like plus 100 between plus 120 and plus like close to plus 200. It'd be like plus 190 something. But again, like I said, I do sometimes do other parlays where it's like plus 500, plus 1,000. Just one of those things that has a low chance of hitting. If it does, that's good, great money in your pocket, right? But this would be just decent to good enough money in your pocket if it hits. So we'll just do every game. So we're on FanDuel. We're gonna do I Don't Trust You. Let's look at if he's here. This is actually perfect. The only issue is that he hasn't scored 10 points. Well, he's done it 60% of the time, but there were 2 games, 1 on the road, 1 on home, where he didn't score it at all. They're going against Chicago. He's a small forward. They're actually allowing 19 points per this position. This is actually really good, but it's at plus value over on DraftKings. So whatever sportsbook has, if it's a starting for this too, whatever sportsbook has a plus 100, automatically will just go there. I'll just swap. Because FanDuel has Soar at minus 110. But let's compare. We'll just compare both sportsbooks. Whichever one has the better value, I'll just do it that way. But it'll be Because technically, I could just take this one as a prop by itself. Because this is basically good value. Okay, so actually it dipped down, so never mind. It actually dipped down to where FanDuel had it. It dipped down to -110, so we'll just stick with the FanDuel then. We won't even compare. We'll just do what I was talking about in the first place. So FanDuel, so that's the first one. Next up, Dallas Cavs getting 10 points for a player. This one I would have put Levert down, but he's probably not playing. If he is, they're sometimes, from what I've noticed a lot of times, Cleveland doesn't announce Levert in a lot of times till literally half hour before tip-off. They do that a lot with him. So the only best value for a player to score 10 points right now is Max Strus. So it's -105. So I'm automatically going to put that on there. But I just want to look at it and see what the Mavericks are allowing per the position real quick. But I'm just going to take it anyway. That's the only thing. Levert, since he's been coming off the bench for the Cavs, he hasn't been doing anything. Okay, so the last 5 games he's been doing something. He's averaging 10 the last 5 games per the last. But that's what I'm saying. He came close the season prior, but he only hit this mark. Well, actually, no, the last season basically hit this mark twice, but then this year he only had 2 points. So they are allowing, per the small forward position, they're allowing 20 points. But if somebody like Max Strus going to go out there and score this 10 points, that's the only issue. Like I said, he's hit 10 points 3 out of the last 5, so I'll stick with it. Hopes that he has a back-to-back like he did a few games ago. Next up, okay, so this one's gonna be interesting. Grady, he is playing now. Grady and then Derek, they're both, well, and then there's Jake Porter. All 3 of them are -200, like a lower high 200. So more specifically, Grady and Derek are -220. So I'm still gonna go with one of those. So let's see. Let's look at their points here. So Derek, he's hit his mark 60% of the time of the last 10 games, 60% of the last 5. Per the position, small forward position, they're allowing 21. So this one's 11.5. And then Grady, points, 50% last 5 games, 60%. Per the shooting guard position, they're allowing 27. So the question is, which player do I want to take? Last time I told Grady, he failed me. They are at home. Again, this is 11.5. You know, I didn't even look at Grady's actual points. Is it 13? Is it 12? Look again. 12.5 from the score 13. What do I want to do? Again, 27. The other one is 21. See, per a trend, he went over, then under, then over, then under, then over. So you would think, again, per a trend, he'd possibly go under this 10. Like he may not even get 10 on the road. Last time they were on, last time we were already at 12. He only had 5 here. What about Grady on at home? Oops, I clicked the wrong player. So at home, he had 13, 10. So he's at home, he's roughly averaging probably 13 or something, or 12. I'll screw it. I'll take him. I'll put him down for 10. I'll put Grady down for 10. As always say, the game is unpredictable. You don't know who's going to go out there and actually do their job. Because the current NBA, a lot of players don't do their job. It's usually somebody else that goes out there and does their job. And you're like, where did you come from? And why are you coming off the bench and you scored 30 points tonight when you averaged 10? And the player that you are really looking forward to actually score points decided to have an off night. And they were on a 6-game streak of scoring way more. Like if you're putting them down 15 points and they usually average, 20 plus, and you're like, all you need is 15 from them. No, not you. On a Drew, because Drew is minus 110 for him to score 10 points. Per the point guard position, they're allowing 24. Head-to-head matchup, he's hit this mark all 4 games. He had 13 in the last game. No, this was last year. So this is the first time he's playing against Philly. 33, 20. You would think that he would go out there. The smart move would be to go for Derek White, which I actually just might just say screw it and do it. Because the last 5 games alone, he's hit this mark 80% of the time. For the shooting guard position, 27 points. But the only thing is that this is minus 360 for him to score 10 points versus Drew Holiday, which is minus 110. So if I can put the minus 360, it's currently the value is plus 592 currently with these 4. But if I put Drew down, it jumps to plus 935. So it's much higher. This one actually put this one. The safer pick would be to put Derek White down, just to be honest. So I'll make a decision in a moment after I do this next pick here. It's the last one. So Jalen Wells is minus 180. Aldama is minus 195. Let's see. Wells, what was it? Again, we only need players to score 10 points. As I always say, if you're an NBA player, you should be able to score 10 points for the most part. So he's hit his mark 6% of the time. Last 5 games, though, 40% per the small forward position. The Bucks are allowing 23 points. He's averaging 11 against Milwaukee. But the last 10 games he's averaging 12. Last 5 games he's averaging again, 10. Oh, okay. Head-to-head match will be at 16 this year. Then let's look on Damo real quick. Where are you, sir? You are not here. Let's go find you. Where are you, sir? Hold on. We just had you too, right? There you are. Okay. Head-to-head matchup. He's averaging 13. He hit 10 or more this year. 19 points. Per the power position, they're allowing 20 points. Last 5 games, he hit this mark 40% of the time. He hit 10 points or more 3 times. So the question is, do I do Adama or do I do Wells? They both hit 10 points once. I'm gonna do Wells. I'll just do Wells. What I try to do is not have a player. I try. Sometimes I fail, or a few times I fail when putting, like, I take one player on a pick, or I put him on one parlay. I feel kind of uncomfortable sometimes when I do take the same player and put him on a totally another new parlay. So yeah, we're gonna go with Wells. He has 16. And we will look for him to get 10 again for a back-to-back game here, because he hasn't done it yet in the last 5 games alone. Last time he did it here was Charlotte and then Minnesota prior, so he had 3 straight games. So he's kind of on a little bit of a slump of get back-to-back 10. So we'll go with you, sir. 5. So this one is Sher Thompson, Max Strus, Grady, Drew Holiday, Jalen Wells, plus 1526. Again, put $10 down to get you back $152. So we'll see. Oops, do that. Again, you just want players to go out there and score 10 points on this parlay. That's all you want them to do. And that's the hope. So that's that. And that will pretty much do it for today's stream. As always, my video for tomorrow will go up roughly 6 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time for tomorrow. That's pretty much every NBA spot. I'll look at some stuff for the Super Bowl, and I'll probably just mention one pick or something on one of the videos to come, because I think lines are still up, and I just haven't picked anything yet. Super Bowl was literally a week out from today, so we'll see what happens with that. But with that, let's see what happens. I might try to do another 3-point pick, or the one pick that I do take a lot is 4-leg parlay. It's real simple. 2 players will score 10 points. The other 2 players will score to shoot and make 1-3. I'll look at that, and if I can find something, it's going to be on one specific game. It's not going to be separate from 4 other, basically 4 games where it's going to be on one game. If I can find something, put it together, and then I will post that pick on my Twitter. But with that, I'm out. If you feel comfortable, if you've watched this entire stream, leave some comments in the comment section below of this streamed video. Let me know your thoughts on your picks, the picks that I've talked about today. And I will hopefully tomorrow, roughly 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, hopefully we'll do tomorrow's live stream after I get off of work. That'll be the hope. I'm gonna say 5:30 because I have to go from work to the store, grab some food, then come home, and then boot up my laptop, and then let it boot up for like 15-20 minutes before I start setting everything up, and we'll see what happens. But I'm out. Enjoy the rest of your evening, noon, and night, guys. Let's hope that things go in the right direction for a lot of our picks, or all of our picks today. It is Sunday though, because it is, Sundays are a really strange day to do picks for the NBA for the most part. It sucks betting on the NBA during Sundays, but we'll see what happens. See if we can get some wins here. But I'm out. I'll holler at you later, guys. Peace.